Now, this might be a little bit of a weird look because both teams are under a great deal of stress for obvious reasons, right? This is the final map, final match. They're both tired, so I'm gonna be roasting Fearless, but you know, who knows? Maybe we'd all play a little worse under the circumstances, I'm sure. Or maybe he pops off. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. Let's change our stream title though. I almost forgot to do that. Analyzing Fearless. Fearless analysis. Pro Winston Ryan. Pro Winston Ryan. Fearless doesn't get nervous. Yeah. So we've looked at his Ryan before. It was okay. It was not amazing, but it was okay. It's also very difficult to say how good his Ryan was because Dallas was so indecisive and like spooked with their brawl as it was, so it was like a little awkward. Okay, here we go. So they're playing like a spam variation. Alright, chat.
I am your shield.
Now this is actually really, really important. Why is Dallas playing soldier? What is the strategy behind the soldier? Pressure echo, sure. Shoot. Yeah, you can't play DPS. Yeah. Yeah, that's all there's. It's literally just like, oh, you could pressure echo and like you could do damage, and I get, but yeah, he's awful. Like so many people were like, oh, soldier meta, look at these. No, it's a meme. It's literally a meme. It's literally like, we don't know what we're supposed to do. We don't want to play Tracer here because like Sparkle's gonna get Tracer diffed because we want to play Brawl, but we can't play Symmetra because they're gonna go spam. And we can't play Tracer because their Tracer is going to destroy Sparkle because Tracer diff, and because Li Jiegong and Izayaki will be able to support the Tracer, and we cannot support our Tracer. So Dallas Fuel's, the weakness of Dallas Fuel's Brawl is because they do not have a McCree player, they literally just lose to any dive comp that is playable. You kind of see what I'm saying? So if you're opening up with Brawl and Defense on a map where spam is viable, you kind of have to play the Soldier. That's why they're playing Soldier here. It's also why they're playing the Sombra here. It's counter spam Brawl. Counter spam Brawl. Counter spam Brawl. They don't have any other option. Or they didn't have any other option. So there's your answer, okay? It's not something big brain. And so Shanghai sees this and they go, oh, okay, we'll go Brawl. if you insist. We'll play Brawl with a, you know, a May and a McCree. So, yeah. So this is problematic for Fuel. Basically, Fuel has to play high grounds and open angles a lot more. Where their sombra can like set up good positions and the soldier can actually abuse high ground. So if I were the Fuel, I would like back off here and I would just sit on high ground. Sit on high ground. Let them go point if you want to. What's wrong with Reaper against dive? Well, because against the dive that you're playing, they're going to be picking you apart from multiple different angles. So it's like a spam variation of dive, right? Like what is Reaper going to do against like Tracer and Zenyatta Brig? You know, it's rough. You get an echo, right? He can't do a whole lot, okay? So we're gonna see them probably kite high ground. I'm actually kind of surprised to see Fearless not also going high ground, because the idea is that yeah, Fearless can anchor point, but also with Maywall there's a risk of him being put under a lot of pressure. So like what they might do is they might wall here and then rush down and kill Fearless. Probably not going to be the case, but the other risk is also that they can have an easier time spamming out high ground when Fearless isn't there. In other words, they can ignore Fearless and point, shoot this high ground here, clear them off a little bit, and Fearless can't really stop them from doing that. The other risk is that they could rotate as 6 and run on top of high ground, and because there's no Rhinehammer on them, they're as discouraged to do that. So I think Fearless should be high ground. I also do think, yeah, okay, there you go. He's late. And we can see the problem right here. He was very, very late. All right. And then he fire strikes like point blank range, and then that kills him. And they don't even lamp. Yeah, the lamp comes late as well. That's Fearless's mistake. He should have been high ground instantly. So I literally told you high ground is important here. High ground is really important there. He recognizes it's too late. He rotates too late. He gets caught, and then he fire strikes at 420 HP, which is normally fine, but at this point blank range, that's just suicide. And now they lose high ground, right? They lose high ground because of it. That was a fly. That's not just me applauding randomly. Was his shield broke right before fire strike? Did it? Maybe I'm wrong then. Oh yeah, you're right. Good call. Nice catch. Misplay. Yep. Did they play Sig for the higher damage to make up for no Kree? They just play Sig because this map there is high ground for Diva, but the space is just like way more open. You see like how open this map is and how longer the sightlines are? Sigma's just gonna get more consistent value. Same reason why you play Zen over Brig in a spam map, right? You play Sig over Diva in a spam map, right? So Brawl is still strong, Rhine is still strong, Bap is still strong, but you want to make your Brawl more spam-y, right? But still has the option of running it down mid, right? Sig can still run it down. So this is where, like, I think you just play on, again, just open space and open high ground. The Sombra is going to be rough. Doha... Sparkle may, I mean, Sparkle can play May, obviously, because he's a projectile DPS hero, but yeah. They just need to hold high ground. And find a way to somehow get consistent Sombra value into a McCree Bap Diva, which is going to be rough. This is weird. This is very weird. I do not like this at all. I do not like them giving up high ground and wasting an ultimate to what? Stop card a little bit? This seems foolhardy. You're not going to beat this comp like this. It's just not going to happen. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, they have EMP. They have EMP, and Lee Jae-gong does not have... doesn't have beat yet. Oh, what? How does Drip die? How the oh, lip. Why do they do this? They go for this aggressive pincer play, but like, I don't know. Diva needs to be here. Diva should be with the team aggressively pincering. You need Matrix here. This is an ent from Shanghai. This is just Shanghai looking like kind of silly on Brawl. I mean, didn't we see that versus Mayhem that Shanghai looked pretty bad on Brawl? Or am I misremembering? I didn't watch a lot of these games. And Dallas is just staggering them, like they're not resetting, so they just keep pressing W, stagger. And now they can hold high ground, right? So now they can actually hold high ground as well, and like now their kill box could be like all this open space, and now they have high ground, so now this is a lot. Now they get the advantage of like they're holding close to stop cart early. I did not think it was worth it to drop to stop early for the sake of missing high ground. Well, now they can have the cake and eat it too, because this is high ground and you can stop cart early with this. So it's like this is excellent. Nothing really major from Fearless that fight. That was a narrative. I mean, narratives aren't always accurate, but this one, the narrative from what I have seen is that Shanghai is really truly not that good at Brawl. So you're gonna try and flip the map, but that's just not gonna work. So here's the deal. So this is really important. Fearless needs to drop here now because cart pressure is actually relevant. Like point pressure, like it was earlier, wasn't relevant just yet, so he didn't need to be on the floor. Now it is, because if this cart moves out, now Dallas is chasing, and that's really, really bad. Dallas wants to take a fight here. They've got high ground control here. So Fearless is gonna stop the cart here, and then they're just gonna spam from here. Dallas is in a phenomenal position right now. Like, Fearless is going to be really hard to kill if he plays really disciplined on this corner. They're going to have to, like, they would have to wall, blizzard, and probably beat on top of him, / high noon him to kill him. And they still have a great lamp corner here as well. And they have a defensive wall. And they have their own Sigma shield if for whatever reason Hanbin. And they have their own beat. So, like, I think Dallas is in a phenomenal spot right now. Like, really, really good. Fearless just needs to not end, and they win. Trading ultimates. Oh, that's scary. I actually don't like this from Doha. I don't like this from Doha at all. So you've traded windows. You forced their lamp. right? I think this is just more of what we deem the Dallas special, right? Where you have a positional and map control advantage and you just run it down mid for legitimately no reason. Now, I'm a hypocrite because the team that I coach does this too much too. Ex Oblivione, in fact, that's how they won contenders a couple months ago. And there is an advantage to it because if you look at Dallas's timing here, look at their timing. They are committing. They are absolutely committing. But you get to kind of see the reason why this feels bad. You give up high ground and look at Fielder. Ooh, he's not really in a great position. Jexy's not in a great position. And Sparkle as well gets caught. So I don't like this. You're stopping cart. I don't think you need to press W here. I think you just waste more and more and more time. And then if Dragons decide to do anything, then yeah, sure, go for it. I think this is probably Doha sees Li Gong miss position and says, hey, I can catch Li Gong. I'm going to EMP. Yeah, exactly. Li Gong's out of position, so he's like, free EMP, right? So I'm not a fan, but I get why they're doing this, if that makes sense. They need to kill these guys. They need to kill all of them. Oh, that's massive. So two things happen here that are really important. One, this firestrike lands. If this firestrike doesn't land, Shanghai might actually be in a pretty good position here because they're gonna beat, and then that probably forces Jexy to match beat. Maybe not, but they beat and lip dies. Nasty. Very nice firestrike from Fearless. Very nice firestrike. And the card's still not moving. And there's no way they need to beat anymore. There's no damage behind Shanghai at all. In fact, okay, yeah, Dallas needs to back up to the high ground. I don't think they can go back up to this high ground, but they probably need to go back up to this high ground. They might just try and play around the choke, but I'm not so sure. We'll see. Who's here? Yeah, so they're still missing Sparkle. Are they gonna still play around the choke? They're missing Diva Mac. Oh yeah, they're missing Diva Mac. They should be okay. There's a void swap. And so they're again forfeiting high ground control here just to stuff the choke a little earlier, and that's fine. Like I mean, I don't think it's necessarily the best play, but sure. There's logic behind it. Card's not going to move. They're guaranteed going to get a lot of fights. Yeah, what happened to Jexy here? He just got caught a little bit. I think Fearless could be a little better with his shields discipline, because like what he's doing right now, it looks like he's shielding for a little bit of extra spam, but Sparkle already has ultimate, right? And based off of their positioning, they're hard stuffing this choke, so they don't need to be playing far back. So we're already down like 300 shield before the fight starts. I think we could be a little bit more disciplined with our shield usage here. We also don't need to be shielding there. Yeah, we need to do a better job of this. So like right now, that shield should have dropped way sooner. Especially considering High Noon had already been pulled, and he had no free sticks on him because the Mei was in Ice Block. Shatter, maybe. I think you just die in card here, to be honest. Yeah, ooh, I don't know, maybe. Oh, that shouldn't have worked, but it did. Big shatter, big shatter. But Dallas is still probably gonna lose this. Yeah, they're gonna lose this. But they wasted a lot of time. So again, that's where you can kind of see they took a slightly less favored fight here because they don't have really great high ground control. Their angles aren't that good. Their cover for their backline. It's really awkward for BAP to play this. It's really awkward for Lucio to play this, like you just saw there. But they wasted so much time. And ultimately, the ult trade was also relatively even, which is good. Like, if you can hold in an unfavorable position and trade ultimates and waste time, and you didn't actually have to burn at more ultimates than the enemy. In other words, we see window, tank ult, shatter, high noon, blizzard, right? It was a relatively equal trade of cooldowns or ultimates, and the card is just now moving. You take that. So it turned out okay. Could have been a lot worse, for sure. It was a really, really big shatter that he landed, though. Really big shatter. That was really important to, like, actually forcing out more ultimates and wasting more time. It shouldn't have worked, though, because he was beated, which means the enemy Ryan... So, like, actually, I want to go back here. which means the enemy Rhine Fate should, so like right here, look at this. They beat 3, 2, 1. Where is it? There it is. Fate needs to be hard shielding this. He's got the shield for it. Right? They're beated. So he needs to be giving up space here and kiting, right? Even though they're windowing, kiting, and then re-engaging afterwards. So that's just kind of a lucky shatter. This shouldn't happen. Like, when the enemy team is aggressing, you need to be stabilizing and making sure that you're not giving up the aggressive play. Like, Fate's just, like, swinging around, like, kind of like an idiot. That was not a good play. So, it was good shatter by Fearless, but also a little lucky. Okay, so they're going to hold high ground here. This is really, really good. Why were they able to get high ground so easily? That's my question. Were their members of the Dragons dead? I'm honestly curious. How did they get high ground so easily? You got Diva pushing cart. Bap should be on high ground already. I feel like Shanghai could have positioned here and contested high ground better. Yeah, so Shanghai just kind of trolls. Shanghai is like, we're gonna stand in the most awkward position on all of high ground to contest it and then just jump off. So I think that was kind of a troll. What does Li Jie Gong do to counter this EMP? It depends. It depends on what you want to do. There's like different schools of thought. There's schools of thought that you can play the neutral really, really smart and still get some value out of your Lucio while still countering the EMP. And the other school of thought is that, like, screw it. You snooze, you lose, just go, right? So Li Jie Gong is probably playing to avoid EMP though. But I don't think there is a right or a wrong way necessarily, because, and if there is, I've not thought about it enough to give you a confident answer. So I'm not going to. If I don't know, I'm not going to speak. So I'm not going to speak. Dallas special, ladies and gentlemen. Dallas special. I have no idea why they dropped. I have absolutely no idea why they dropped. I have no idea why Fearless dropped. That accomplished nothing. They just do stupid stuff like that. Like like they're hacking Void, I get it, but that they didn't need to drop to do that. Like Void just feeds. Like Void right now, watch this. Did you need to drop to kill him? No. In fact, it actually made it harder because he almost got out because half of the damage is sitting on the floor. I don't understand. Dallas's team play is really, really clean, but their macro, like, positional decisions sometimes kind of confuse me. But you take that. More time wasted. And the thing with EMP comps, it's like, if you just win off of goofy hacks, well, that just gives you more time to play around EMP. Like, it's like the fights where EMP is a threat, like, if you can just win off of, like, really cheap, crappy stuff, man, you take that all day long. Okay. Oh, that EMP was disgusting. Wow, he canceled the blizzard. So this is massive because let's look at this from high noon. And this is where you're kind of scared as Dallas, right? Because you're like, okay, do we need to back in this way to avoid this high noon? Well, they go in with mail, they EMP, cancels the mail. So now you've got one ult for 2. But here's the other thing, chat. They one ult for 2, but now Shanghai are wide out in the open pushing space, but they're caught with their pants down. So there's going to be a beat here, but this is still not a guaranteed counter by Shanghai because there's still no cooldowns on the table. There's no Matrix, there's no missiles, there's no boosters, there's no shield, fire strikes, there's no flashbang, there's no lamp, there's no heal, there's no, not heals, no shift. There's like Shanghai is playing so far down here. And all it really takes from Sparkle here, does Sparkle have a wall? Yeah, all it's going to take from Sparkle here is to wall off this and Shanghai should lose, or Shanghai will drop off of the high ground, which means all of this work and Shanghai still doesn't have high ground control. No. They're going to counter your EMP with B. All you have to do is either stand AFK with shield or walk forward and press mouse 1 and you're going to win this fight. There's literally no way that they can win this fight because you're going to boop them off, you're going to kill them, or you're just going to hold your shield and die. Instead, Fearless goes, ah! But they've beated, sir. They have beat. I don't know why he's charging here. Why would you, because remember, okay, if we go back, do you guys remember my killbox video? Remember my killbox video? Where's Dallas killboxing? Where's Dallas killboxing? Right here, right? This is where they want to take the fight. This is where they have good angles, right? This is a choke. You have a great wall here. This is where your supports can see you. Instead, over here, his BAP's like, Fearless, I can't help you over there, right? It's not the pin. If Fearless had pinned and hit here, or hit here, or hit here, totally fine to pin that. But, yikes. That's not a good pin at all. Not a good pin. Not a good pin. I mean, honestly, just not a great pin even if they didn't beat this. Because he might pin this and he will get the kill, but maybe they like turn and they like light him up, you know what I'm saying? And then they trade 1 for 1. And like, I don't like this. Like, there's no need for this. Just swing. Just swing on Fate. Swing on Fate. You know, swing on the Diva over here, you know, or swing on the May, or swing over, like, or give, like, swing in this and just shield these guys off. Like, theoretically, if Fearless, okay, actually, chat, if Fearless had shielded this here, these guys don't get beat. You see this? If he had shielded this, they don't get beat. You know? So I don't know what he's doing. And that's not good. Like, yes, they managed to get the kills as we predicted because they controlled the space, but they also had to commit a mail, which probably wasn't, I mean, they're probably going to commit it anyway, but it really wasn't necessary, and you certainly don't need to lose Fearless here, right? You should be able to keep pushing a space now, but can Dallas keep pushing now? Is Dallas going to keep pushing? So they almost lose their Sigma. No, they don't. They don't keep pushing, and they also lose Doha in the process as well. So that's a big ent from Fearless. What are we learning? Very Fearless pin. Yeah. The new bumper. So this fight is actually very losable for Fuel. Big flux. Oh wow, he cannot get flash here. Oh wow, this is just atrocious. Like, how does he not die here? Oh, wait, what? Okay, I'm sorry. Chat, do you want to know why? All right, chat, you ready? You ready for the big brain take that's going to be posted on Reddit and Twitter, or it should be? Do you want to know why Shanghai loses either this map or loses this fight? You guys want to know why? Lip has way too much dignity. That's why. Lip fights fair. Lip was a sweet boy. That's why they lost. If Lip fans the hammer here, Fearless dies. Fan the hammer through window. What is that? 300 damage, right? He's got 5 bullets. Is it 50 damage per bullet? And that's through window. That's a one shot right there. He's dead. 5 bullets or not. That's through a window. He's dead. GG's. Game over. Fearless needs to block this flash. This is atrocious. He's going in. They have flash, sir. They have flash. You should be dead there. So, but because of, they also give up high ground as well. They should not. They need to give up high ground, but they should have given up high ground, like rotated like this way or dropped off this way, like as a unit. They're all split. They're all over the map now. This is sketch. He couldn't even see what he's shooting at, right? He flashed air, and then he had a, he had a brief moment right here. Right here, you fan this, you're good. It's over. He knows exactly what he's shooting at. He just didn't quite see it. You still fan, he's dead. He didn't have enough shots. Bull. Look.
Hold up now.
He's got 5 shots. He fans, and even if he fanned now, 4 shots will still do it. Bull crap. 5 shots.
Hold up.
Fan the air. 4 shots, 5 shots. It's still 450 damage. Look at Fearless's HP. He misses 200 HP. Oh dear. But yeah, oh. Attaboy. That'll do it. I mean, Fearless, you know, it's just funny memes. Funny memes. That was so messy. Holy crap. So Fearless Ryan is definitely not super clean. I think needs to be blocking from Flash. His rotations were a little weird. His aggression was a little weird. But yeah, okay. Oh yeah, my bad. Plat brig. My bad. That's insulting. My bad. There you go. Actually, you know what? Fearless is pretty good. Actually, you know what? After we just I was gonna give him a silver, but no way. He doesn't get silver after this. There's no way. Okay. I need a wood tier after that pin. Do you think Pine? I mean, I think it will be. I don't know. I have not seen Pine play in a while. I have not scouted Pine, so I don't know how good Pine is. I've not studied Pine's codes or, you know, whatever, so I don't know. I mean, having a hit scan player should be an upgrade, right? So. Okay, point pressure. This is so weird. Like, why is Hanbin on the floor? Why is Sparkle on the floor? Like, why would you not just go high ground? Like, go high. Like, right now, Jexy, Fielder, Hanbin. I mean, everybody but Fearless should be on the high ground right now. So they're in a better position to peel off the dive and or spam. I don't know why we're all, like, stacked. Like, this is not little party time, you know? Like, I don't care if you're hacked. Like, this is so goofy to me. It's so goofy. Like, look at Void. Void gets to have high ground now. It's so weird to me, chat. And these are Overwatch League champions. They're scuffing this stuff up, man. What is going on? Like, look at Shanghai now. Look at Shanghai. Do you see this? Do you see this? If you're a Dallas fan, this gives you the fidgets. This gives you the fidgets. This makes you go. This makes you nervous, right? Like, look at this. Look at this pincer, and they have no, like, look at poor Sparkle. Look at Sparkle. Ah! It's like a horror movie. I do not like this. I do not like this at all. Fearless needs to. Do you see Fearless? Like, how come Fearless is getting pincered from all the way behind? So this is what should happen. All right. If the Dallas people are playing this properly, all right. Fearless puts in point. The rest of his team takes high ground. They spam out Fleta, Void, whatever. Right? They hold high ground. They deny Void's ability to take this high ground. Void either dies or Void will probably have to play back here with Fleta. Okay. Fearless just can sit on point. Fearless Cat can sit like this right here, back to the wall. Okay. Saving shield. We can easily spam out Lip or shoot out Lip or threaten hack on Lip. And then as this Zen Brig peek here, they get their faces blown off. Absolutely annihilated. And any dive from Ball, Diva, whatever, is like has no teeth. There's no Zen follow-up. There's no, the Echo has to fly up out in the open space to follow up. This is just a really bad setup. This is just a really bad setup from Dallas. And they still haven't got a tick. Shanghai is playing this relatively well. And then they go, okay, the backline gets a little too greedy, so they just press W. But this feels really bad. Oh, wait, they survived that? Holy bottom. Chat. That, like, okay, so again, we see this with Dallas. They're just feeders when it comes to like macro, like basic positional stuff. But somehow as a unit, they instantly turned and ran as a unit. And they get out with like everyone being on, like, look at Hanbin HP, look at Fearless HP. Look at this. What? How? This is unbelievable. So like we've seen this over and over again. Dallas macro when it comes to positioning is pretty shaky, but their timing and team play is like next level. And what do? They bait Shanghai into taking a fight because Shanghai thinks they're dead. And they're not dead. And they're playing inside against Zen Brig. And the Zen Brig just gets annihilated. Like razor margin. Should not have. There's just no way. There's just no way. They don't know what they're doing. I mean, yeah, they're yeah. I mean, they knew what they were doing. They were trying to bait on point pressure and then chase down squishies. But that's like the most Diamond Masters low tier 3 way of looking at the matchup that you could possibly look at. Like, it's such a fundamentally basic, let's just go turtle on point and then run it squishies. Like, that's just like, oh, guys. Oh no. But, I mean, they did it together, so, like, I guess it works. So, crazy to me. There's just no way that if you blindfolded me and told me, like, or, like, blocked out the names, that I would guess that this is the Overwatch. There's just no way. Well, Fleta feeds, so that's a, you know, a little sad. Now, this is where things get interesting. Apparently in more ways than one. So, what Dallas needs to do is they're going to push cart here really carefully up to about here, and then they're going to want to push high ground, put Doha in cart, who should be able to handle anything. Obviously, he'll have to watch out for Tracer, but he'll have cart heal, and he should, like, if the cart's pushed up far enough, he should be able to get a little support from BAP. And then you're going to see Dallas spam out this high ground because, yeah, it's Zen and stuff, but they have Soldier, they have BAP, they have a hard shield, right? So they can clear the Zen brig off of high ground for the most part, or they'll force them to hide behind here, and then they just push cart while they're supporting the cart on point. And they're not going to really push the high ground. They'll probably hold like here-ish until they get here. When they get to here, they can play more aggressively, rotate their core to this position, push cart, and so on from there, right? But they need to like respect and clear high ground to some extent, because they're not going to be able to push cart as 6 without this high ground like annihilating them.
Tactical visor
out. Shanghai is like actually going in though. Like Shanghai, it looks like they're actually fighting this, which does not seem wise to me. This is a good visor. This is like a peeling visor. This is not good from Shanghai. It's a fine EMP. It's more of a peeling EMP than anything. Fearless catches him. Nice. So like right now, Shanghai's committed a bunch of ultimates. They've committed 3 ultimates, and they haven't gotten anything done with it. And Fuel have committed 3 as well, or 2 as well, but they've been able to keep pushing the space. Now, this is important. This is the moment of truth. This is where what I want to see, as I mentioned before, is I want to see Shanghai Fuel double back. Fuel can double back, or actually at this point in the game, you probably don't need to. You can actually just go right up here and clear the high ground. You see the Zen? Prevent the Zen from staging. Prevent Fleta from playing the game. Remember when was it Dallas versus Houston, when like they were running, Dante was like playing funny echo brawl and he was like off angling here, and then like, he just got smashed in the face for flying out in the open. Same kind of thing here. Like, I want to see Dallas get off the floor as quickly as possible. Right there you go. Here's some macro, ladies and gentlemen. What is it, Doha pushing cart? Okay, no, they're gonna have this person. Okay, yeah, they're gonna have Houndman push cart because before you need Doha to push cart because it was like really far split and you don't want your Diva that far split, but now that the cart's here, you're actually kind of close. So what is Fielder doing? What? Okay, I was like, what? And Fearless can literally solo shatter anybody. It doesn't matter who he shatters. Kill's a kill. Diva, ball. Oh, that's a mistake. That's a huge mistake. Okay, so here's a mistake. Again, I don't like Dallas's positioning here. I would like for them to be playing better cover here and then just use their window from here because it accomplishes the same goal. I do not like them positioning up this close because it's not the proximity, because obviously they're a brawl comp, right? Right, but the lack of cover is even worse than the proximity. Look at their setup here. So I didn't even look back, but they're doing the same thing Shanghai did. This is dog. This is dog. Where's your cover? Terrible. And not only that, but he actually muffs up the placement as well. Yeah, this ain't it. I'm sorry, this is not it. Like, it needs to be here. It needs to be here, so you actually have better LOS with what it is. He scuffs it. And so that's lamp, beat, and window. For what? Nothing. You've done nothing. They've done nothing. They ball engaged, and you're using 3 ultimates, or 2 ultimates and a Freudian slip and a lamp, And now here comes the W key, right? Here comes the Dallas special. We're just going to int down main, but it's not going to work because they're rallying and running away. And yeah, that was extremely, extremely expensive. And they didn't get anything out of it.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
Aww. And now... What is that noise? What the heck? And now look, now look, now look. They chase. Doesn't work. Now we just jump off the high ground. 1, 2, 3. And now we lose. And now we lose because now we've lost high ground. It astonishes me how it's so easy to predict who's going to win these fights just based off of their setups. Dallas's setup now is absolute trash. They can't see anything. They can't shoot anything. They're only stuck pushing cart. It's over. And look what happens. Look what happens immediately as they drop from high ground. Look at Tracer. Now because it's just Soldier on the high ground, Sparkle has to drop. Look at Fleta. Look at Lip. Look at Izayaki. Look at Fate. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at the Zen. How are you gonna kill the Zen now? The Zen has perfect LOS on the entire point. It's over. Alright, so this is turning into a little bit of a Dallas review here, but so much of Rhine, when it comes to like playing up against unorthodox compositions, is about setting yourself up, like your core, in a good position. And so like there's no point looking at like shield management here or firestrike accuracy, because like how is that going to have any significant impact on what the Shanghai Dragons are playing? You kind of see what I'm saying? Like, what are you gonna do? Like hit a firestrike on a Zen? Maybe. Is that gonna really have that much impact? Like you're gonna manage your shield a little longer so you can hold high ground a little longer? Well, that only matters if you're actually going to be on high ground in the first place, which we've just like launched yourself off of. So yeah. Oh dear. Oh, they saved Lamp. Very nice. I don't like this rotation from them. Again, I would like this rotation here. Rotate across from up here and clear this high ground, because do you see the difference between going here and going here? The cover's basically the same, but it's the distance, right? The distance is shorter from here to here, so it's better for the brawlier style team because you can threaten running it down mid. Your Soldier does more damage at this range, and their Zen is less effective at this range, right? There's less cover for their Echo to play. Their Echo can't just like play up here and get packed. The Echo only really has the option of playing directly over you, which is incredibly risky. So like you want to do this rotate here, and go from there. What I'm scared of is I feel like Dallas is going to do something stupid, like go underneath here and push from here, or go like to here, or maybe they're going to go like through here and push up. But again, it's like you have to respect high ground, and you have to respect high ground in a way that is going to allow you the shortest sight line. So I'm curious to see what Dallas does. Are they going to go inside? Because they could still, what they could do is they can go, this is fine if you go inside and then up the stairs from here, like while you're pushing cart. Or are they just going to sit on the cart? Do you understand? Like, do Dallas win this fight? Okay, they don't. We know why. You are like you know why. Like we know that they don't. I don't know when they win this or how they win this. Did they stay on brawl all the way through? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But like obviously they're not going to win this. It's over. Like ult game is like relatively like close because you're gonna have window soon and you're gonna have EMP soon. But like, look at the positional advantage. Look at this. Look at this. How are you supposed to run on anything? How are you supposed to get a spam advantage? Because you're just sitting on the floor. It's unbelievable to me, man. This isn't gonna work. Fleta feeds, but it doesn't matter. Oh, now we're visoring? Boy, that's gonna fix everything. That's gonna fix everything. Because look at all the people that you can visor here. See? 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 You see that? You see that? Do you notice how like despite like how does Fleta die? Okay, so Fleta just ints, and his backline kind of ints as well. Despite that, who else ints? Fate also ints, so Fate rushes and ints. you're up 1, and you're still gonna lose. You're still gonna lose. Why? Well, let's look at your positioning here. Shanghai just now gave up the high ground. Just now. Crazy, man. Crazy. I assume he's gonna swap, or is he gonna stay? He's gotta swap. He's gotta swap. They're going Tracer. Same win condition, by the way. Same win condition. You're gonna rotate here. You're gonna rotate here. You're gonna rotate here. You're gonna rotate here. You're gonna stack here. You're gonna come here. You're gonna pincer with your Tracer from underneath, who's gonna be putting cart pressure, and your sombra, who's gonna be positioning all the way like back here. And then you're gonna go 3, 2, 1. You're gonna amp speed, run with Matrix. Then you're gonna press Shift, and you're gonna pincer their backline right from here with your sombra in the backline, while your Tracer's applying cart pressure. If they rotate away and they run all the way over here, that's fine. You're gonna rotate, keep cart pressure. They can't support cart if they're hiding a million miles away. You're gonna stabilize, you're gonna hide, you're gonna hide, you're gonna hide. You're gonna amp speed again, and you're gonna pincer rotate again with your sombra, this time all the way into spawn. Or all the way over here. That's what should happen, okay? Now let's see what actually happens. There's a cart pressure from Tracer. I'm malding. Listen, chat. The days of goats just sitting on cart and beating triple DPS and other comps is over. You can't do this anymore. Especially directly under heavy spam. You can't do this anymore. At least, like, I'm not saying it never works. Of course it works. You could go out, like unorthodox things work all the time, but this is statistically the worst thing to do. There are significantly better options that will more consistently reward you with winning things, and Dallas just never does them. Now when open queue's a thing, like if you had Moira, Lucio, Brig, Ryan, Diva, Zarya here, you could theoretically just turtle on cart, and yeah, you'd survive the high ground spam. But even then, you would still benefit if you just rotated, cleared out high ground, and then dropped, right? You would still benefit from clearing high ground. But I mean, I assume Dallas is going to lose this again, right? Right? Because look how dangerous this mines is. Look how dangerous your mines are. Who can your Moira, Lucio run on right now? Right? Unbelievable. Early bubble. We get a pick. Oh, we EMP, but we EMP rally. And now we're forcing aggression, but there's no pincer. Doha's not there. Our backline can't follow up as fast as we like because they're not in a good chasing position. Like, it's just not gonna work. Or maybe, well, no. I mean, they're up a couple, but it shouldn't work. Maybe it will work. It shouldn't, though. It really shouldn't. Because they still have not cleared. Like, the high ground now has been forfeited, right? Just like the Shanghai did earlier, but Shanghai made them pay for it. You kind of see what I'm saying? Like, right now, neither team is controlling high ground. That's a mistake on both sides. I mean, at this point, Dallas can't really go high ground, but Shanghai could, you know, be putting Fleta up here, or Diva could be playing up here, right? But the key thing is that the lack of high ground control early, Dallas already paid their dues. It cost them EMP, beat, and pulse, and they've got nothing out of it. Essentially nothing out of it, right? So you're like, well, they haven't been punished yet. Yes, but it's like a latent disease, right? You don't see the curse of it yet. Now maybe Dallas wins this. They shouldn't though. They've used 3 ultimates because they didn't have high ground control and they haven't done anything with them. They shouldn't win this. They don't. Good. And they must win this one. What do they do this one? They lost 2 4v6s in a row due to positioning. Yep. It's fundamentals. So, are they going to rotate right? They could rotate right. They could rotate right. They could rotate right. No, they're just going to go under again. And now you don't even, like, you've been so indecisive and slow, so slow, I don't even know if you have time to clear high ground. I don't know. I mean, maybe they have just EMP and cart now? Holy crap.
Engage. Winston.
See, this just is still not good. This is just still isn't. So how? And now it's just okay. So I want to see what was Shanghai's setup. How were Dallas able to win this?
30 seconds remaining. Seconds remaining.
So Fleta gets hacked. So far so good from Shanghai. I mean, Fleta is getting hacked again, but like so far so good. Uh-oh. That's not great. No. I'm done. I'm retiring. I'm retiring from coaching Overwatch, ladies and gentlemen. I can't. Oh my gosh. Are you joking? Do you see it? You've got Brig and Zen drop off of high ground for, I don't know. Maybe Brig was trying to armor pack Fleta because she was out of range. Maybe that was it. But then Izayaki also drops for, I don't know, reasons. And guess what happens? Insta-hacked by EMP and is now probably going to die.
Winston.
Nerf this.
Okay, doesn't die, but gets hacked and literally is MIA this entire fight. Look at it, look. MIA. And Fate gets killed by Bomb because he also was not positioned as well as he could have been. I mean, this is what we're talking about, chat. And also now you've got, oh jeez. I mean, like, I just can't. It's just done. So like even the fights that they win is just unbelievable. Can Izayaki stand up there without his Brig babysitting him? Yes. Yes, he can. So I'll show you exactly where. If his Brig drops, like I'll show you right here. See? Right? Still get packs. If you drop here, now you're not like, honestly, if you're here, you're actually at a pretty high risk of dying to Diva bombs in this location as well. So yeah. I mean, Briggs in dropping there was actually a pretty big deal. Like Flooded, like them losing the high ground there, it was actually pretty terrible. Because it like significantly lowers their impact. Because you can kind of see it here. And all of this stuff, like it snowballs. It just snowballs. One, then the other, then the other, then the other, then the other. Okay, chat, let's do one more Fearless map. I guess this is more like Fearless plus Dallas. So Fearless Rhine, not so great. Like kind of forced aggression. Could have been a little cleaner there. I think they didn't look as clean. I don't know. You sacrifice Fleta to keep positioning? Yeah, I think you do. I mean, they've already won 2 4v6s. That's a 5v6. You know what I'm saying? I think you do. All right, pick a map for me, boys and girls. Pick one where you think that he played well or whatever. I'm gonna feed my cat really quick. Wait. I got this. I have to feed my cat. You guys know what happens when I feed my cat, right? Right. 30-second ad break. For those of you who are not subs, let's just, all right, you ready? I'm not really used to these. All right, here we go. Mari, you want to eat? Eat? Come here. Let's eat. All those peasants listening to the ads, they have no idea all the wonderful things that I'm saying right now. All you subscribers, you get to know. The subs will never know that I'm actually Ozzy Osbourne and have been this entire time. They have no idea. Hello, everybody. Just finished feeding my cat over here. And we're gonna resume with some All right, what are we doing here? What was the thing again? What was the map? No map? Nobody said map. You didn't get ads? I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. You don't get ads. It is what it is. Man's got to eat, but I'm not gonna make you suffer. What are we gonna do? Help! 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 King is row. Here. Winston map. I agree. Let's do Winston map. Do I have to pick one? Busan? Busan. We could do Gibraltar. I mean, Gibraltar isn't bad. We've done Gibraltar before, but yeah, why not? Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Fa la 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 la. Okay. You know, I changed it to 5, but I actually really don't like the 5-second option. I like seeing more context. I think 10 is better.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly. La, 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 la. It's like they're set up for a close hole, maybe. No. That was awfully greedy. That's farming nano, but feeding years off of my life. Oh my gosh. Doha's translocator got destroyed. I guarantee you Doha's translocator's up here. I swear every single sombra throws it right here. Dude, okay, yeah. They gotta know better than this. I think like at this point in the game, like this is like a relatively consistently scouted position that everybody knows about. I think this is a little bit of a feederoni, and Doha dies for it. Never ever compare Fearless and that content creator again. Super. Come on, y'all. Super's not that bad. Super's a good run. Oh, this is. I honestly, this is so satisfying, Jed. I just like I'm gonna create a sound machine, you know, like the white noise machine, just so you can go to sleep, and this is gonna be the noise. Listen, right here. So you notice that he's not standing on high ground anymore. Why? Well, backline has already rotated away, which I assume the backline's very vocal about that, so that's important as well. But also, Senor Doha is in spawn, so and swapping. So there's no, you don't hold space if you're backing off, and or you know the tank line, the backline is like on the same page, and also Doha's in spawn. So. So you see, there's no diving here. He's just holding space. Just holding space, holding space. Hey, Merge. Who's the best Ryan that I've seen, Spilo? Not Muse. I don't think Fearless. I think Super and Hattie kind of remind me of each other, to be honest. They were like both pretty mechanically good, but they weren't like, they suffered a lot from team issues. I haven't looked at Jengu. So this is, I've only looked at Glat, like those 4. So my opinion of those 4 is I think Super and Hattie are better than Muse and Fearless on Rhine. It's just team def. Yeah. Mag, maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen Mag. So those are just out of the 4 I've seen, ignoring team def, like straight up mechanics and stuff. I think Hattie and Super were better. Both seemed a little bit decent. There's like a team issues with both of them that made them look worse than they were, though. But super and heady, I think were the better lines. I guess he just doesn't care because he gets nanoed, but he should be able to react to that. I think he just didn't want to bubble that, you know. Whoa. There. Okay, this is the team diff. This is the team diff right here, right? There's the nano. Nano. Right? And then you guys ready for the explosion? You guys ready for the explosion? Backline gets a little greedy. Bang. Team diff right there. And look at the enemy Dallas. Look at the Dallas Fuels backline. Like they're like, haha, you're not trading. Screw you. We're out. You notice that Fearless did not even use his bubble. And look, why is he not going in now? Why is he not going in now, chat? Why is he not going in now? Look at Sparkle. Sparkle's not ready. All right, I'm ready. Go. Bang! Right in the conquer. Like Sparkle wasn't even in a good angle at all. Like Sparkle was like just frontlining, but it didn't matter. They're just up in your guild. You know what I'm saying? Also, credit to Doha. Does Doha actually hit these stickies? Oh, he does. Oh, what? How does a young man hit stickies like that? How does he do it? Across the map. Ah! Should Sparkle optimally set it behind? Yeah, he should. I mean, Sparkle optimally would be not necessarily set it behind, but if he could, but he would be like, you know, here, and then he'd blink here, and then crouch, and come up here. Or Sparkle would come from up here. This would be a slightly better. But it looked like he was awkwardly positioned, so I don't know. It is a little hard though, because you can't always be on a flank because they'll like the sombra will scout you out, they'll clear you out, you know. So there's a lot of it's like fighting for flanks and then sometimes bypassing them. Why do you think teams are playing Diva instead of double bubble? Could be that teams are just getting better at playing around brig, like whip shot, like with their engages. I mean, the weakness of double bubble always was that Zarya's contribution in double bubble really is just the projected bubble on Winston, so he doesn't get booped. She doesn't really do a whole lot outside of that. She grab is strong, but it takes forever to build. It's hard to build charge sometimes. Everything's happening like so far away from you, you know? Like Zarya and dive was always a meme, right? The only reason it was not a meme for a while is because the whip shot, right? So as teams, I guess, are getting better at like executing around whip shot, playing more disciplined, prioritizing things like space and high ground control, Zarya's value just tends to dip. Like I predicted this a while ago where I felt like double bubble would not be a permanent, like really meta composition because it just doesn't make sense. Like it doesn't make sense for Zarya to actually be a mainstay in dive. Like it just felt like something was gonna have to happen for that to change. I feel like that's kind of what we're seeing now. But yeah, things like sombra, I mean, maybe Diva is also vulnerable to sombra as well. I really do think it's not so much. I really don't think it's a hero matchup thing. I don't think it's like, oh, we need it to match enemy echoes or tracers or sombras. I think like because all of those things were present in double bubble as well. Like you had double bubble with sombra, you had double bubble with echo, you had double bubble with tracer, you had double bubble with Ana. Like nothing's changed there. I just think that teams are playing better around whip shot and setting up dives smarter and playing on map control smarter, where you can just get more consistent value out of Diva than you can out of Zarya. So yeah, it makes that initial monkey jump a little bit sketchier, but like I think that's basically all that Zarya ever brought to the table. How do you play around flail? I mean, just how you engage. Like you just watched it here. Like this is what we did. This is how you play around flail. I mean, I actually want to see, like, where was the flail? The bubble, like, do you see how close that dive was? Do you see how they managed to close the distance so that Fearless didn't actually need Zarya bubble to close the distance? He could actually throw down his bubble as the flail block because he was already so close. The reason why double bubble was needed is because if you're jumping from here to here, the whip shot's going to happen about here. And Winston really doesn't want to bubble here because it's going to drop like a big golf ball and just do absolutely jack, right? But in situations like these where you can actually close the distance, you can drop bubble here because you can fight around here. Like, you want to drop bubble where you're actually fighting. And if you can find a way to quickly close the distance before that brig can react, and then she ends up whip shotting you, you could just drop your bubble and block it right there. So, you know, the question about how to block whip shot, I have a feeling we're going to have that answered as we watch this VOD. So let's keep an eye on it. How does Fearless play around whip shot? Maybe this will be a good educational lesson for me. Could be G Paul. Yeah, I definitely think the Diva play in Overwatch League is higher than the Zarya play. Like, across. There's definitely there's a lot of really skilled Diva players in Overwatch League. I don't know what Sparkle's doing. Wait, what? Are they peeling off? Like, what's going on here? Where the heck is Fate? So, like, again, do you see you see it here? Do you see Fate? How is Fate allowed to get on top of this here? Do you see this? You see Jexy's in the act of whip shotting, but because Fate like kind of pulled a sneaky on him, he kind of pulled a sneaky on him, and it's a really short jump. So Jexy never even gets the chance to get off his whip shot. It hits Winston bubble. You see that? Do you guys see that? That's literally the exact same thing Fearless just did. Where he denied whip shot by being sneaky and doing this really tight jumps where he can drop bubble instantly and not be feeding, because this is where the fight is happening, so bubble's actually doing something. Do you guys see? Do you guys understand that, right? Like, I could, but but that's the kind of stuff that if your monkey can do that, then you don't need a bubble. He just pulled a sneaky on you, yeah. Oh, that's scary.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Winston.
I'm not going to compare like ball and tracer and stuff, but I will say this: Diva is insanely high skill set. Oh, he didn't get the bubble off. Chat, can't you get bubble off? Or am I misremembering? Is it I think you get a Rizza shield off into EMP. Can you get bubble off? Because there is a cast animation, and it looked like he reacted to it. I don't know if you can. There's a very short window. You can? Yeah. He almost got it. But I feel like this will be a fun one to watch, because I think it's going to answer like the question of like, how are these monkeys playing around whip shot, you know? And a lot of it is also too in these devolved fights, you know, like right now Jexy isn't anywhere near his backline. Like, I don't know why he's split, but like obviously whip shot doesn't help you if you're not stacked with your Ana. And we kind of talked about how Ana and Brig aren't always wanting to be stacked. We talked about that with the Brig VOD earlier. Like, you're not always having stacked. So there's another situation in which you might not need bubble. Things like sleep dart and nade, your Diva can eat them, and you don't need bubble to block them. So like, I don't know. This is an interesting VOD to look at. Save me the money for coaching. Awesome. I'll have to check. I haven't checked my like payment logs for coaching for a little bit. Not today anyway yet. I've had a very, very busy day, but I usually respond within 48 hours on almost every single time. Usually within 24. So if I'm a little slow today, I apologize. I've had some like I said, some team stuff and some other stuff that's come up that I can't talk about right now. That's been a little weird. So I think our goal right now is to kind of look at both Fate and Fearless and see how they're playing on Whip Shot. It's not a great hack from Lip, to be honest. He's farming a little bit of EMP, but he should get cleared. Oh, he doesn't even get cleared. Holy shit, Kong. What is this sir doing? So you kind of see what I'm talking about? Ana and Brig aren't stacked. Why? Well, Ana, Izayaki, I guarantee you, is saving Sleep Dart. right? But he knows that Fearless has no space. He knows Sparkle also has no space, right? Like he's not actually in a great position right now. So he doesn't need his brig to whip shot him. Like, do we really think a monkey's gonna be jumping you all the way across from here just yet? Probably not. And if he is, well, I'm just gonna sleep him, right? So Li Zhigong's like, I'm not gonna be with you, Anna, so just play careful because I wanna play aggressive with my rally here. But like, he gets the pole spawn damage and they get the beam, which is massive. So why doesn't he just jump up the ship? Well, wait, Fearless? Because he's not gonna do anything. Like I'm not sure who you're asking about. Why go bottom and not top as you push here to start the fight? You tell me. Chat, why would you go bottom and not top to start the fight? Less spam. Yeah. It's less spam. So it's not, I'm not saying it's better to go bottom, to be very clear. But if you're concerned about like an early setup from like an Echo or an Ashe, you can go bottom. You can rotate to here and then push the spam from here because spam doesn't have very good LOS here. You can rotate and clear high ground this way. So it's a little bit of a longer rotation, but it's slightly safer. Instead, Shanghai though, Shanghai is positioned very aggressively, even though their cart's like all the way back here. So it ends up working out quite nicely that they played here. And Fearless is just going to stop guard. He's going to bubble early here because he's like, I don't want to get slapped. I don't want to get micro missiles to the face. I'll just sit here. And he'll probably jump out. Oh, no, he's kept out. So Shanghai just gets kind of greedy and a little sloppy. And that's a pretty big pulse from Sparkle. Fearless overstays. Oh, he gets out. I didn't know he was going to get out. Okay, let's actually look at Fate's POV really quick. Let's see if he had issues with a whip shot here. How does Fate play around whip shot? Let's see what we got. He's already stage high ground. There, was that a whip shot there? Or am I missing? No. And this is kind of what we're talking about, right? What value would Fate get out of projected bubble here? The way Shanghai is playing this fight is they're not jumping in, right? That's not going to work, right? You need to play around this space here. They're playing around splitting off some of Dallas Fuel and then just focusing them elsewhere. Now, Li Zhigong feeds and it goes downhill, but it's not a fundamentally bad plan. Like, look at Fate. Fate probably doesn't need Nano to do this, but like, look at the value he's getting here. Again, what value would Zarya get here? So we're seeing not only like how these monkeys individually are finding ways of playing around no bubble, it's the entire team is just not really relying on forcing Dive's backline over and over again. You know? So like the whole lack of jump or lack of bubble never even has an impact on this fight. Like Fate wouldn't go in here even if he had bubble.
Diva.
You know what I'm saying? They're playing more for positioning, exactly. And Diva's just so much better than that because Diva can be anywhere at any point in time. She can control high ground. Oh, there's a really scary high ground. Well, I'll deal with that. Don't worry about that, guys. You know, she can go to any strong position, so she can also use the positions. In other words, she can not only clear high ground, but she can fly to high ground, scuttle across, and then drop and kill backline. Like, she can use and clear high grounds at any point in time. Yeah, we've been trying to answer that question ourselves. Questionable mana. And again, I know there's some people in chat that are gonna be like, I don't fully understand the whole map control and like controlling high ground, like what value it is. It's a little tricky. Don't worry about it. Like the big idea is that you're just thinking about the high grounds are really, really strong for people to do extra damage and for them to be extra safe. And Diva is really good at helping your team deal with the enemy team if they have really strong high grounds. And she can also use the high ground herself to threaten enemies. So she can fly to high ground herself and then just drop on the Ashe, like, you know, or on the Ana rather. All right, so let's see what we got here. And what do you guys notice here again? Do you guys notice this? So like, Dallas Fuel are committing cooldowns when Shanghai are rotating, like when they're entering their kill box, right? But what do you guys, what is unusual about this jump? What is unusual about this jump? It's timed well, right? This follow-up, right? This pressure, they've walked into their kill box. But what's unusual about this jump? It's not from the front. Yeah, what else? Who's not in their screen? Yeah, we're not jumping on a brig. Right? We're not jumping brig. Because this would be where if like you jumped this, yeah, you get some zoning value, sure. But that is where you could very easily get whip shotted and then just have your value removed quite quickly. Right? No sparkle in Doha. Yeah, that's actually true. I mean, Doha's there, so but I think they just cleared Sombra off of cart. But for sure the timing maybe not great, but like this is kind of like what we're talking about. Like maybe they're just like, you know what, we don't need to dive backline now because of the like the whip shot threat, so we'll find value elsewhere. But they're still gonna get the kill. Right, you're still getting good value, right? You're not jumping a Reinhardt or a Reaper. You've got an Echo. You got an Echo that just used shift, you know? You take that. And maybe if you let the backline like rotate out here and you jump them now, if you jump from here, it's probably a lot harder to hit that whip shot on initiation. You kind of see what I'm saying? These 180s, boys. Right? Hey, what did we say? What did we say? What did we say? What did we say? Look at Lee Jae-gong. Look at Lee Jae-gong. What did we say? Hey! What did we say? You see that? You see that? It's not a weird position. It's actually a really good position because if he plays top left, he's gonna get spammed out because he knows they're rotating high ground. So he's gonna like let them walk out and then jump them as they rotate. It's the same thing you do in Numbani first defense. If he plays top right, he's gonna get spammed out. And it's also a lot easier for him to whip shot. Look at this. Look at this initiation. Playing underneath, he can jump on top left. He can jump on top right. They can't spam him out before they have to actually commit to the fight. And when they commit to the fight, look at his initiation. Comes right from underneath. They just, it's so hard to land this whip shot. So hard. Now you might be thinking, well, he needs to let them out. Like he's not gonna be able to kill them in there, right? There's no kill box, right? Right. But we have the same thing in Volsky Industry Second. You can push the button here, even if the enemy team isn't encroaching on your kill box. At least not all the enemy team, but if some of the enemy team is, you're good to go. Because guess what's going to happen? Fearless is going to jump and zone and put out a lot of pressure here. And look at Fate. Fate is completely by himself. Jake, thank you for the sub, man. Appreciate it. 5 months now. Holy smokes. Yeah, here's the thing. Defaulting the high ground is good. Here's the thing, chat. You guys are thinking like plat, diamond, gold players, like even like masters and some GM players, where you're like, I want to start high ground. Absolutely. And the same thing here too, like you would start high ground, but you're starting in high ground where you can't get poked. These guys are like the pros, right? So the pros are going to go clear high ground. At least most of the time. I mean, not always. We saw that last game. They're not always good at it, right? So they're gonna clear high ground. You don't want to be there. You want to be like, hey, look, it's safe, guys. All right, let's just go. And then you jump them, right? Does that make sense? Hydrate, thank you. Because you're right. If Fearless was allowed to like, if Shanghai was stupid and they rotated out low ground, right? Fearless being up here would be oppressive. He would just drop on them. He wouldn't even need to use jump, and it'd be even harder to land your whip shot. But these guys are really smart. They've watched the Spilo videos, right? I'm joking. They clear the high grounds, right? So they clear the high ground, so Fearless can't do what's good anymore. He has to do something weird to play around it. But yeah. So Fearless is just going to zone these guys off while they kill Fate, because they've walked into their kill box. Not all of them, but this guy has, and he's punishable because he's committed his jump. So this is going to force, like, let's just watch this. It's gonna force farm. Oh, there's the primal, but the big hack in Hanbin. Wow. Nice. Let's see what Fearless does. So Fearless doesn't commit. He's like, all right, y'all. Been nice. Hope you, no offense, no offense, no offense. Just keeping you busy. And then now that these guys have like actually committed to the fight, now Fearless goes in. Now this is gonna be once again where I'm curious to see if a whip shot like actually impacts this, because this is where again you would be like, this is where definitely a bubble would be useful. You see that? Like that's where a bubble would be useful, and you can actually see how like the sleep dart and the whip shot do land, right? So you lose value by not having the Zarya, but you gain value elsewhere. Because look at what Hanman was able to do while Fearless was wasting a bunch of time. Murdered the monkey, forced primal, absorbed hack, forced Diva boosters, bombed, and remeched. Now I'm going to ask you, would a Zarya be able to punish Fate like that? Why or why not? Would a Zarya be able to punish Fate like this? Well, I'm so far behind on chat. Somehow it stopped scrolling. No, exactly. She could, but only at the cost of her own life. Exactly. Zarya would have to drop off of the high ground to do this, but then she'd probably die from it. Diva can drop. Diva can drop and then just fly right back up again. Or use bomb to remac. But exactly. So do you kind of see like how the, like when I talk about like map control, you can see an example right now of why it was important. Hanman was able to contest Fate and survive. So now that we've been going over this VOD for a period of time, why do you think we still see Zarya? If Diva can still find a lot of value, why do you think we still see Zarya? Why is Diva played on this map but not on the others? All right, chat, this is where we put it, all your cards on the table. All your cards on the table, all in. I want a royal flush educational comment from you guys. Yeah, exactly. There's so much high ground that it allows Diva to... It's not just Diva is strong because of it, but Zarya is weak because of it. Zarya wants to play up here, but that means she's limited with what she can impact. She can't pressure cart, she can't do this. She's also struggles a little bit on first. Now she's good if fights happen up in here, but like as it starts to expand, she's like, well, I can't really reach anything. If I drop from high ground, I'm screwed. Right. Exactly. So the verticality becomes a factor, and then if you move to like this is where the verticality is still a factor, but maybe less so, and maybe that's where a double bubble would be more powerful. So now you know why. Now you know why. Whenever you see Diva, you can probably expect, hey, this map has more high grounds. They like using the high grounds. They have a strong Zarya player that they want to use, or a strong Diva player that they want to use, or they could expect spam. For example, I would like Diva better into like Ashe Echo or like Widows and stuff like that, because I think she's much better than Zarya into stat. Zarya, if you're playing double bubble in King's Row, yeah, you'd probably play Zarya in King's Row. Maybe you play Diva on third though, because of the really nasty high grounds. And now King's Row does have high grounds, but it's really short sight lines. I think a better example would be like double bubble on like Havana, maybe. That's not a good example either, but you get the idea. Gentleman's agreement to not use high grounds in King Blizzard World, right? Exactly. Then you just play double bubble, and you'd win because your Winston engagements would be like very. Another thing as well is like it's easier to play around Brig Bash if you have good high grounds to engage from, right? This goofy high ground engage allowed Fearless to get in there without needing bubble. This goofy high ground engage from Fate allowed Fate to zone off without needing bubble. This goofy engage from I mean, I don't know, this one not so much, but like it's things like that. There's a couple engages that are only possible because of the high ground. I don't know, everybody whines about double shield meta and stuff, but I mean the variety will be fun. We've watched a lot of Brawl, we've watched a lot of Dive with kind of boring DPS heroes, but if it'll be fun for a month to watch some snipers. It'll be fun for much to watch some echoes and to watch some you know, maybe we get some Junkrat, you know, like I think that would be fun to watch some Sigma play, to watch some Zenyatta play and Bap play. like in front of in terms of spam. Maybe we see some hog, you know, like I think that would be fun. I personally find brawl to be the most boring thing to coach out of all the quote-unquote metas. Hog isn't fun though. I mean, it's fun to watch. Hog is a lot of fun to watch in my opinion. I don't like playing up against him, but yeah, he's fun to watch. Okay, so let's look at this again. How do we not get whip-shotted here? Do you see again? Like, do you see what I'm talking about? So Brig is a little split here, and he just goes. And let's look at the timing here. Again, the timing. You see the timing? You see the timing here? Right? Fade is actually contesting space, so like, yeah. Look at how patient he is with this bubble.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Winston.
Now, Fade is not being punished here. I'm actually kind of curious, what is Dallas doing right now? Because Fearless is creating buying a lot of time, but is Dallas in a position to push this at all?
Adapt. Diva. Adaptive circuits engaged.
Yeah, this is a mistake. I think, like, Hanman needs to be looking at Monkey.
Defense matrix activated.
Yeah, they misplay that one pretty hard, I think, in terms of the macro stand, because we got Fearless doing stuff, but the rest of the team isn't doing anything. They just kind of AFK'd. Dude, this fight's lost, most likely. Maybe not. Somehow flooded ice. Flooded moment. Let's look at Fate though, because we're still looking at the monkey bubble thing, right? There's the whip shot, unfortunate. I mean, right there, you can absolutely see the impact of the no bubble there. But do you see that there? Look what happened with Jexy. Look what happened with Jexy's whip shot. Right there, right? The bubble was directly on top of him. He misses the whip shot. He also misses the bash. Yikes. But yeah, I mean, they're finding ways of playing around it. Did I look over Anubis? No. Yes, Aged Light. That was an option. If you're gonna commit a nano here, absolutely. Because Fearless will keep these guys tied up for a long time. He'll bait a lot of resources. You need to be doing something at the same time. Instead, we had backline just AFK. Sparkle was just kind of like shooting air, and I have no idea what Doha was even doing. Lol, Jexy moment. Oh, by the way, somebody asked me in chat when we're doing Ask Spilo. Let me check the questions that I have. I don't think I have many questions. I forgot to answer this. I'm gonna pause real quick because I forgot to answer this. Because we had like literally 40 questions. And now, oh, there's a couple. But yeah, we only have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we only got like 6 questions. So I'm holding off. I generally wait for at least like 12, 15. And again, it's the stuffing of the choke, and I want to see Dallas doing something at the same time here. Wait, did we just see this? This looks like the exact same. Is it the exact same?
Adaptive circuits engaged. Diva. Adaptive circuits engaged.
Yes, it's the exact same. I'm an idiot. Am I? Wait, no, it's not. Holy crap, dude! These fights are like cookie cutters. That threw me off so much. I thought I was like, I'm losing my mind. Because Sparkle and Flip fighting in here, and both are critical. Nano and Monkey. Winston jumps, doesn't actually do anything, and it kind of sits AFK here. I think that the copy, the Nano, didn't the Nano Echo happen? Okay, I'm sorry, chat.
Diva.
Wait, no, this is the same fight. This is the same fight.
Winston.
Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. This is the same fight because they rallied and they cleared out Hanbin. Right? No, it's not! Oh my gosh, this is so disorienting. I swear they also rallied. Okay, I'm losing it, chat. I'm losing it. Am I actually losing my mind? Maybe I went too far back. I'm so confused. Give me a second. Don't make fun of me. No. No. It's not this fight. Yeah, we already saw this fight. I'm pretty sure we already saw this fight. He's flooded eyes. Yeah. Okay, it threw me off. It is the same fight. It threw me off because I did not remember Doha dying. I did not remember Doha dying. That threw me off. So I was like, is it Fleta supposed to die? Okay. Okay, I thought I was going insane. Dive causes slow descent into madness. Oh, we're slow now. Okay. And then this is the checking. Yeah. And again, do you see how like these really sneaky engages? And Li Gong is just like he just has no opportunity to even whip shot that at all. Uh-oh. That's scary. He's going for the primal. Unfortunate. I was so confused with Chad. I thought I was losing my mind. Hey, yeah, no, I had an idea. I had a good idea. I know what we're doing when I'm done with this. Alright, how are we going to play around Rip Shot here? Because this is going to be pretty telegraphed, right? So the farming Nano. The EMP. He dies with the EMP. They Nano the Diva. Yeah, so clearly the whip shot there was a huge factor. I'm kind of sad that they EMP'd, and I'm sad that Shanghai Dragons played around it well, because I would have liked to have seen how Dallas played around Nano Monkey with that, because there was no cute secret like way of engaging there for Fearless. It was all in. So what would he have done? I'm curious. Would he have just bubbled early and then pursued afterwards? Weird bubble. It's kind of like the split off on a support from the brig, but it's still, I don't know that that's worth. I mean, his monkey's really good. Like, his monkey's really good. Like, they have a good concept. His timing is usually pretty good. His mechanics are good. His staging and setting up is really tight. Like, the hero's really hard to play, and he makes it look easy. So, I mean, he's clearly top tier with monkey. I don't know. This is really fun because I feel like I have a better understanding of like the Diva thing. I feel like I can kind of flesh out my thoughts a little bit more, and we saw like different ways that they were playing around it. Weird how Shanghai loses brawl. Yeah. Did they hack Winston so he can't bubble the bomber so he can't jump out? They hack Winston just for pressure, because a hacked Winston is really scared because he doesn't have jump and he doesn't have bubble, and he's actually a relatively squishy compared to other tanks. Like a hacked Diva is pretty easy to kill as well, but a Diva is actually a lot less scary, or is a lot less scared because she's got 100 more armor, and actually more than 100 more armor, because Winston has, I think she's got more than 100. Yeah, I mean, you could look at it, like just eyeball it right there. Like, she's got 300 armor, right? So yeah, Hack Diva is not so much, and her hitbox is a little bit more. Her head hitbox is a little bit easier to hide. So, but yeah, Hack Winston is like he's spooked, right? He's spooked. So pressure, right? I mean, it's pressure. It spooks him. It scares him. I'm not really reviewing Shanghai. I wasn't really paying attention much to Shanghai, and I really wasn't paying that much attention to like the actual like dive mirror. Like this, I'm not exactly. It was more of like looking at what Fearless was doing, how they were playing around Brig, how he was positioning. So this wasn't exactly like a super in-depth review, but I think it was interesting nonetheless.